Most people do not lose money with their Facebook ads because they pick the wrong product. They lose because they don't know how to set up their campaigns successfully with the right structure. They start launching one campaign, another campaign. Next thing you know, you have like 5 different campaigns that are the same exact campaign, and now you're cannibalizing your results where you're like competing with yourself and you don't know what to look for when you actually go inside your ads manager. What's getting the high CTR, meaning click-through rate? What's getting the lowest CPC, which is cost per clicks? What's getting the most add to carts at the lowest cost? In this video, I'm gonna walk you through my full Facebook ads Shopify dropshipping tutorial in 2026, step by step, including how to launch a campaign, the different campaign styles, whether you start scaling, you might wanna do cost caps or bid caps, also doing a catalog type campaign, which is also a good idea. So you're not doing the same campaign over and over, but you're doing different style campaigns. And if you're new here, everyone, my name is Scott Rayleigh. I've been doing Facebook ads since 2013, 2014, and I started Shopify Dropshipping in 2015. My first store did over $12.8 million in sales. And what I do now is I help mentor different students grow and launch a successful Shopify dropshipping store, from fulfillment to customer service, having my own VAs handle their fulfillment in customer service, my supplier doing the fast shipping. We get about 8 to 10 day shipping fast. You know, it's pretty quick. And when you go into your ads manager, I don't want you guys to guess. I don't want you guys to think, okay, what do I do next? Can I put more money on? So I'm going to show you what to look for, what to scale, how to launch, and how to basically do this whole Shopify dropshipping all on Facebook, and what to look for, everyone. So let's dive into my screen and let's do this. Here's what we're going to be covering today for the best Facebook ads tutorial. I'm inside one of my students' ad accounts. I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of what's really working for them. You can see here 47 purchases here at $25, 27 purchases here at $30 per purchase. And they're getting extremely high profit margins, guys. Here, I'm going to show you the results columns. This is one of the most important columns that I like to follow here. I'm going to show you guys my columns and everything that to look for. But you can see here, this is some of the best columns to focus on here. So they spent $1,200 and they made $4,800. They spent $800, they made $3,200. They spent $300, they made $1,600. You guys can see the columns here. I really like to see that. I also like to see the cost per purchase. So these are some of the things that we're going to be covering today, which is your campaign structure, how to actually set up a successful campaign, you guys, and how to set up your testing, how to build your ads, how to actually set up your ad text, the different videos or images. Okay, we always try to focus on CBOs, which is campaign budget optimization. So that's some of the first things that I like to start with, which is CBOs, and we usually like to start with around $35 or $40 cost per daily budget. But there are different style campaigns that you can focus on, which is this button right here, which is Advantage Plus Catalog. I love this style campaign, guys. So eventually, once you get sales coming in on the regular CBO, you're gonna wanna do a different style campaign with Advantage Catalog, okay? The next thing that you wanna learn eventually is how to do cost caps and bid caps. That's this one right here, which is cost per result goal or a bid cap goal. Bid cap is a little bit more strict than the cost cap. Cost cap, it has a little bit more wiggle room. So let me share with you what I mean, how this actually works. So for example, let's say that your average cost per purchase is around $30, okay, $40, $35. Then what you can do inside the cost cap is you could say, Facebook, I'm willing to pay you $35 or however much per cost per result goal, okay? And you could actually put it right here. So you do a cost per result goal of $35 or $34. So if your average purchase is around 30, you might want to do it around like 32 or 33, 34. So that would be like a good cost per result goal, just like that. And I don't like to stagger them like a lot of people talk about. Some people will say do one at 32, do one at 30, and then maybe another one at 34, like you stagger the bid caps. I don't like to do that, okay? I just like to keep it all the same. The next other one is called a bid cap. A bid cap is really similar, but you have to go a lot higher than the cost cap because bid caps are more strict. So if you're not getting purchases at like $34, then you're definitely not going to get any traction or any spending going on bid caps. Bid caps, you got to go a little bit higher. So just to remember that. And you always want to do a pretty big budget. So for example, if you're going to do a cost cap or a bid cap, you want to do at least like $150 budget to actually have some power on the gas. You don't want to do like a small budget with bid caps, or the spending will be non-existent. The next thing that we're going to be focusing on, guys, so these are the different style campaigns that you can set up. The next thing that we're going to be focusing on is the columns that I like to track. Okay, like the ROAS column, results value, the cost per result. Some of the most important columns, guys, link clicks, cost per link click, the click-through rate, the CTR, the clicks, the CTR all, CPC all, the landing page views. How many people are landing on your landing page and how much does it cost? The next thing is really important. Add to carts, cost per add to cart, initiate checkout, cost per initiate checkout, and purchases. These are some of the most important columns that you guys need to learn to put into your ads manager here, so you know exactly what to look at. So if you're going in today and you're going to look at today, you guys want to see under $10 cost per add to cart. You want to see way under cost per $15 cost per initiate checkout. And then that way your cost per purchase is going to be around $30, $25, $30, right? The lower the add to carts, the lower the initiate checkouts is always going to be the lower the cost per purchase. So always remember that, guys. You want to have under $10 cost per add to cart. The next thing that you guys are going to learn from me here today is the kill rules. What are the things that I like to kill? So we usually set up automatic rules, and I could show you guys some of the automatic rules that I like to set up. You do automatic rules, okay? And there's some of them for high CPC. So for example, let's say it's spent $3, okay, $3 and not one click, right? You don't want to have that thing run. So you do all active ad sets. You want to turn off if it's spent more than $3 and you don't have at least one click, guys. So you do clicks, you do smaller than one, and then you put it right there. And then now you want to do today. Okay, always today, because every day is like a new day in the algorithm. You don't know what's going to happen. So that's really important that you set that up just like that. You hit create. Another one that I like to do too is you want to have it turned back on in the morning if it had to get turned off that day. Like for example, let's say it turned off today around 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 8 o'clock in the morning. You want it to turn back on in the morning, turn back on in AM. So that's something that you want to have set up too. So all active ad sets turn on if it's spent more than $1, okay? And I just leave this on maximum, and you want to put this daily at 12 a.m. and hit create. Okay, so that way, even though it had a bad day, it doesn't mean it's going to have a bad day tomorrow. So you want to learn how to set up these automatic kill rules. Another really important rule that I like to set up is if it's spent like almost $30 and no add to carts. Spent 30, no add to carts. That is a big one right there. You guys don't want to be spending more than $25, $30 without getting add to carts. Okay, so I'll put like $28, no add to carts. So you put carts here, carts smaller than 1. Okay, and it always has to be today, because you never know what's going to happen today. Maximum is like total campaign. You want to always do today. The next thing that you can do too is initiate checkout. So let's say you spent $50, no, at least no one initiate checkout. Okay, so that's another important one, initiate checkout. Because remember, in e-commerce, we need you to get add to carts, initiate checkouts, which eventually turns into purchases. So if you spent greater than 50 and you only have less than 1 initiate checkout, which is right here, checkouts initiated, smaller than 1, then you want to have that also on in your account too, guys. And you want to have it on today and continuously, okay, not at 12 a.m. So those are some of the most important rules that I like to set up. Add to carts, CPC. There's other CPCs that I like to set up too. I did one for clicks, but I'll also do one for link clicks. So spent $4, no link clicks. Link clicks are different than clicks, right? Link clicks are even more important than clicks. So if all active ads turn off, if it spent $4 and it had less than 1 link click, okay? And this is done automatically, guys. Your account is being checked every 15 minutes for these type of metrics right here. So it even tells you that right here. Every 30 to 60 minutes, your account is being checked. So it'll be continue checking to find if this is getting good results or bad results, and it'll automatically turn off. All right, that is fire right there. There's also rules to set up that you guys can do that will increase your budget if your ROAS is over a certain amount. And so you guys can learn that too. Like you could increase the daily budget by a certain percent, like 5% or 10%. I know a lot of the rules says no more than like 10% or 15% or 20%. You can increase the budget if every, I would say a daily or every weekly, or you could even do it every 12 hours by default. And you can learn how to set up it to increase your budget too, guys, which is pretty cool. So most of the time you do it at 12 a.m. A lot of people do it at 12 a.m. at midnight, so it has a full day to run and you're not messing with your budget in the middle day. That's been something that a lot of people prefer. So just know, guys, there's automatic rules and you want to take advantage of these, especially for anything that's spending like $30 and not getting an add to cart, spending $50 and not getting an initiate checkout, because those initiate checkouts and add to carts always lead to purchases, okay? You also want to learn advanced campaign cost controls like I showed you earlier, like the cost cap, bid cap. You also want to learn how to do advantage catalog campaigns too. Okay, what you never want to do, you guys, you have a testing campaign and a scaling campaign. Your testing campaign can get so good over time where it can become a scaling campaign, but you never want to have multiple campaigns that are the same thing, and now you're basically competing with yourself. So when you guys do a cost cap or a bid cap, it's like you're attacking a whole different group of buyers. But when you have everything the exact same thing, you're like competing with yourself. So that's why if you have another campaign for the same product, you want to at least have a different way of setting it up, okay? So that way that you're able to find actually your real true buyers, you guys. That's very important. All right, and next thing that you guys want to know too is that we're always focused on purchase. We never set up a campaign doing add to carts, initiate checkouts, because that's all that you're going to get. You always want to focus on purchase, okay? So I hope you guys are learning a lot so far. Let's continue. Okay, so we talked about setting up different campaign structures, the different style campaigns, whether you're doing cost caps, catalog. We also talked about how to set up your columns right here, what to look for. These are the type of columns that I use, guys. It's really important that you use these same columns. I always first start with performance and clicks, guys, because that way you get most of everything that you need. And then you go ahead and hit custom and you start adding in all the other stuff that I talked about. So one of the first things that you want to type in up here is results. Okay, and then you want to start adding in all these right here, results value, results ROAS. The next set of columns I like to type in is anything to do with clicks, link clicks, like unique CTR, unique click-through rate here, cost per unique click, anything to do with how much it costs per clicks, guys. That's really important. It kind of gives you a good idea what's going on in your account. Anything to do with CTR, clicks. The next thing that we focus on is add to carts, okay? How many add to carts and the cost per add to cart. The next thing that we focus on is the same thing, initiate checkout. Total and cost, okay? Total and cost, the same thing with purchases. Okay, same thing, guys, purchases right here. Total and cost, okay? The next thing that you might want to add is anything to do with ROAS, ROAS, and that's already selected right here. So purchase ROAS, total, and then you just hit apply, guys. You want to save the column. I'll just say digital ecom mentor. Then you save the columns right here, guys, and that way you're able to follow these columns moving forward. Another thing that you can do too is move these columns around. So not only after you save them, okay, you can drag them up and around. Like, so I would put all the clicks and CTR together in one area. I would put the add to cart and initiate checkout in one area. And anything to do with results, guys, results, I would put in one area. So I always put the results and up over near where the other results are. So results value, you kind of drag up to results. You do the same thing with these other results. Results ROAS, you drag up to the other results up here, results value. So you put all the results together and then eventually you're gonna put all the clicks together, okay? And same thing, and then you just continue to save your columns, guys. So you can see here, results value, results ROAS, result rate, results right here. So you wanna put all the results together as well as the add to carts, all the clicks, and that way you're able to see the cost per click, the CTR percent, and everything like that. This is really going to help you guys. So then we talked about also, you know, what to kill, what to turn off. So some of my main things, guys, that I focus on, I talked about this already, which is anything over $10 cost per add to cart, we kill. Anything over $3, $4 cost per click, okay, we kill. We don't want to be paying $3, $4 cost per click. We can't afford that, you guys. You know, you want to be around $1.50 per click, and around $1 per click. When it comes to cost per initiate checkout, you don't want to be over like $25 cost per initiate checkout. If you're over $25, then your cost per purchase is going to be like over $40, $50, $60. You don't want to have a cost per purchase, guys, more than like 50, 60 bucks. Okay, especially with what we do in e-commerce. E-commerce, you want the lowest cost per purchase. Literally, the sweet spot is like $30, $20, $25 cost per purchase, especially when we have around an average order value of $100. Okay, we usually have an average order value, guys, of around $100, okay? Sometimes more than that, like over $110, okay? So for example, the last month to date right here, she's over $120 cost per average order value. So if we're spending $30 cost per purchase, $26, think about that, guys. That's a really nice high average order value. That's what you want. You want to focus on bundle offers, getting a lot of bundles. Okay, I'll show you how we set up her bundle offers here. This is really important, guys. So you want to always set up multiple sizes, you know, like 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. And then you want to set up this bundle offer right here where if someone buys more than 2, you're going to offer 10% off. Okay, or like a buy one, get one free. Like if you buy 2, we'll give you something for free. You always want to do bundle offers, guys. This is one of the major things that allows us to have high average order values. Okay, I hope that you're getting really good at this so far. So the next thing that we're going to focus on is ad sets, guys. Ad sets, okay? Ad sets. So I hope you guys are excited. We focus on campaigns, the different style campaigns. Now I want to show you how to launch a campaign and what ad sets to use. So we usually focus on 3 ad sets when we start a new campaign. Okay? So especially if we're doing like a $30, $40 budget, you know, cost budget, like 30, 40 bucks, we don't want to be having like 6 or 7 ad sets. That's not enough budget to basically get results. If you're going to do like a $40 budget, just do 3 ad sets, you guys. That way it gives you enough room to grow. One of the things that we focus on too is we'll do like a broad targeting and then 2 sets of targeting. So I'll show you the targeting that ended up working well for her right now. I'll show you guys the targeting that's set up. So we usually do broad, and then we'll also do like an interest cluster. So we'll set up a bunch of interests. Okay, like these interests right here did really well. Educational toy, early childhood education, child development, Montessori education, and the Lego group toys. Okay, so this is like what worked really well for us, you guys. This setup just right here. Okay, so you can see it's a lot of childhood education, child development, educational toys, and then the Lego group toys. Okay, so I want you guys to know like exactly how we set this up so you guys can basically follow this same model. This is one ad set here. The next ad set is here, and Facebook just started spending on which one was actually working the best. And that's what's really good about CBOs, you guys, is that CBOs are going to put the budget on what it thinks is working best. Okay, we don't necessarily have to do much. The CBO will spend in the direction that it thinks is going to work the best. Okay, and that's the good thing about CBOs. It's called campaign budget optimization for a reason. Okay, so this was our other group of targeting, which was Lego toys, Mattel, and toys. And this one didn't work that well, guys. It was more or less the educational, Montessori, and whatnot. This is our other group of targeting that we did too. I'll show you guys our other group. And it was like Roblox, Hot Toys, Lego, Minecraft, Mattel, Montessori. So you can see here, like this was a little bit longer than the rest, but it was this one that ended up kicking butt, okay? So it doesn't look like we used a broad on this one, but that's what I always tell the students. We always do a broad. And what is a broad, you guys? A broad is basically where you don't have any targeting at all. You just basically remove all the interest, no interest cluster. Okay, one thing that I always do is I always start like 25 and up, because anyone that's like 18, 19, and 20, they're not necessarily most likely going to have a credit card and be buying. So we always focus like 25 and up, all right? That's usually what I always do with every single student, okay? So this is how we set up a campaign, you guys. CBO, $30, $40, do 3 different ad sets, and then you want to set up like 2 different clusters of targeting, and then set up one where there's no targeting at all, completely broad. Okay, 1 broad ad set, 2 targeting clusters. Okay, and the targeting clusters can be really similar. So you don't have to, be trying to reinvent the wheel. So for example, let me give you guys an example of how you can do this. So we already know educational toy is really important for this product, educational toy, okay? Facebook is going to give you similar interest around this product right here. So Legos, Minecraft, Roblox, Crayola. So it's kind of giving us what it thinks is really good. So now let's put in Montessori. I already know Montessori is really good for this niche because it's kind of a Montessori-like educational product. So we put in Montessori. So you guys want to do that. You want to put in like what this product is all about, like your buyers. These are our buyers, educational toy and Montessori. And then Facebook's going to start recommending more of what it thinks that is going to work for this audience right here. So preschool, early childhood education. So then I would say, you know what? Early childhood education makes sense. So that's kind of how you do it, guys. You just kind of get your top 3, top 4. And then when you go down here, you're thinking, okay, on my next ad set, instead of early childhood education, I'll do preschool. On my next ad set, instead of educational toys, I'll do kindergarten. So you guys can kind of do that. Like you kind of get your first group and then say, you know what, on my next group, I'll do child development instead of early childhood education. On my next group, instead of educational toys or Montessori education, I'll do primary education. Okay, or parents with preschoolers, etc. Like, I want you guys to know, like, when you put in your best audience right here, Facebook's going to recommend you what it thinks is the very best recommended to this. So you guys can just swap these out and focus on these next 3 to 4. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, you guys, how we basically build that right there. All right, so excuse my phone there. So this is how we build it, guys. So I want you guys to know, like, it just takes a simple campaign, $30-$40 budget. You want to set up 3 different targeting, 1 broad, 2 clusters. All right. The goal is not to get the most magical targeting. A lot of times a lot of students always think, Scott, if I only had the right targeting. Guys, the main thing is your ads. You need really good ads, really good videos. You need really good ad copy, really good headlines. Okay. I could promise you it's never just your targeting. So always remember that. We're going to be diving right next into ads and how to set up your ads and how it should look. Okay? Like, so you guys can see here, these are the ads that did really well so far. I'll show them to you, okay? So we had a bunch of videos in here, a bunch. We had a beautiful blonde girl. We had a lot of different people in here. But these are the 3 videos that did really well. This one's getting $13 cost per purchase, guys. She spent $54 and made $592. She spent $127 and made $700. She spent $633 and made $1,900 here. Okay, so like these are her best ads. I'm going to show you guys how we set them up. So anytime you go to set up your ads, you could set up like 5 videos, 3 videos, or a bunch of, we usually go videos, guys. Videos is the name of the game. Like videos do a lot of heavy lifting, and we usually go to TikTok, especially for e-commerce. You want to go to TikTok and type in the name of your product, okay? For example, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So there's a product doing extremely well right now. It's called the magnetic train. Okay, so you go over to TikTok, you type in the keywords of the product, and then you're looking for what's getting the most likes and hearts, okay? For example, this has got 1,000 right here, 1,000. That's pretty good, not bad. You guys see that? Got 1,000 hearts. Okay, not bad. This one's got over 9,500 guys. So whatever got the most amount of hearts, the most amount, guys, is usually going to be a really good video that you can download and use for your marketing, okay? So that's the same thing that we did with the magnetic blocks. Okay, whatever video had it, a lot, like, look at all these guys, 282,000 hearts. Look at this. That is fire. That is so fire. So that would have been a good video. 90,000 right here would have been a good video. So anything that had a lot of hearts and likes would have been a great video, okay? I hope that makes sense. So, and that's kind of how we did it. The next thing that you want to always focus on is you want to add the videos, but you also want to add in multiple primary text, okay? So we have this primary text here, okay, with our call to action down below. So you always want to put your link inside your ad text. Here's a little bit shorter version right here. Ditch the screens and spark creativity in your little ones with magnetic building blocks. And then we have our call to action. Here's a little bit longer text. And then whatever text you put in, Facebook's going to recommend you text as well. So you also have these little check boxes here that you can apply the other winning text that Facebook recommends that you also use as well, okay? So just remember that, guys. You want to have multiple winning text, okay? And then you also want to have multiple winning headlines, multiple text and multiple headlines. So let me show you what that looks like right here, okay? So you got your video, you got your text, you got multiple text, and then you got multiple text right here, and then you got multiple headlines down here. So the headline that we started with was the #1 toy back in stock. And then we have these multiple headlines right here. We used all of them basically, these 2 and these 5. So that way Facebook could rotate around and then learn which headline and which text is going to get you the best results possible, right? You never would just want to come in here and give it one text, one headline, and that's it. You guys want to stack it up and always use emojis. Emojis are super social and allows people to want to share. Emojis are really important, especially inside the headlines. All right, so that's how we set it up, guys. A shop now button. You could also do the UTM tracking right here. Build a URL parameter. So you always want to add your campaign name, and this does all the tracking for you. Ad set name and then ad name, and then you could also do placement. And what this does inside Shopify, it'll actually tell you where your sales are coming from when you set up the UTM tags right here, guys. So that's really cool. UTM tags are really important to do. That way you know where your sales are coming from. Okay, so these 3 videos did really well for her, and she has multiple text, multiple headlines, and you guys can also learn which headline and which text did really well by using this breakdown feature right here. Take a look at this, guys. So you hit breakdown up here. You guys see that breakdown text? And then you could filter by results. And then whatever headline or whatever headline or text is doing the very best, then you could make more variations of that same text and headline. So you guys see right here, these are the purchases. It had 4 purchases here, 3 purchases here. This one was at $18. This is at $35. 4 purchases. So look at this. Say goodbye to screen time and hello to creativity. That was one of the best texts right here. Look at that. 4 sales and 3 sales. Say goodbye to screen time and hello to this. So what you want to do with this, guys, I'll show you what you want to do. You want to take your ad, you want to duplicate your ad, and you want to focus only on that text or headline, whatever is working well for you guys. This is really important. So you take your winning ad and then you'll duplicate it. You'll go down to that text and you'll find that text, guys. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Okay, here it is right here. Say goodbye. You guys see that text right there? This is the one that's winning. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll focus only on that text, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically uncheck this. Okay, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. And I'm only going to use that text now up here. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to screen time and hello to creativity. All right, for whatever reason, that works really well. So what you do is you take your winning video, your winning headline, and you'll only use your winning text, and you'll make more variations of that video. Okay? Another thing that we can also do, listen to this, guys. This is really cool. This video is 31 seconds long.
This is what your kids want for Christmas. They play.
Okay?
Hours.
31 seconds long. I could actually make 2 versions of this video by cutting it in half. I could make one where it cuts off at 15 seconds and then maybe start one at 15 seconds. So you basically cut it right down the middle, you guys, and you have 2 different videos at 15 seconds now, which is really, really powerful. Okay, I hope you guys understand that. So this is really important, you guys. And then also, once you learn your winning text and your winning headline, you can also start making catalog ads, guys, catalog ads. So we can duplicate this right here again and then make a catalog ad out of this winning text. Okay, what is a catalog ad? I'll show you what it is right here, okay? I'll just rename this right here, winning text. Winning text, okay? And then you go down here, you scroll down. Instead of single image or video, you click on this button right here, Advantage Catalog Ads. Advantage Catalog, guys, look at that. You can do a carousel or a collection. Okay, carousel or collection, okay? And you just basically go down here, you put in the text, you put in the products, what collection of products. So magnetic blocks collection, okay, you put in the collection, you know, so you got to set up the collection in your store, okay? And then you want to add in a video, guys, a video of your product. So you'll do edit creative, right here, select media, select video, okay? And then you'll select the winning video that's working the best for you right now, whatever winning video, okay?
So I'm just going to select one of the videos here. I think this is the one that's working. Yep, that's the one that's working. And then you add in your text down here, right here. This is the text. Say goodbye to screen time and hello to creativity. That's our winning text right here, guys. And this is a catalog ad. So it's got the video at the beginning with our best products right here, guys. That's fire. That is so fire. So all we're missing right here is a headline, and I'm going to use whatever headline is working really well for us too. So I could do a breakdown right here. Instead of text, I can do headline and see if it's going to tell me what headline is working really well for us right now. Okay, same thing, guys, right here. These are our headlines. Spark imagination with the #1 toy back in stock. This has gotten us 5 sales at $22. Okay, I like that headline. Spark imagination with the #1 toy. So that was the winning headline so far. That's really doing well for us. It had a bunch of sales for the lowest cost. So I'm going to use that headline now, guys. And I'm going to uncheck this right here. Include other products from your catalog. No, I'm only going to use the products inside this catalog here. I don't want to use other products, only that products. I'm going to put the headline here. Spark imagination with the #1 toy back in stock. That's going to be our headline. This is going to be our primary text. There you go, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. We just basically took the very best video, the very best text, the best headline, and now we have an advantage catalog ad right here, okay? You could even duplicate this again, and instead of a carousel, you could do a single image or video, okay? Instead of a carousel, all right? So that is also fire, guys. I'm gonna do a quick duplicate. And these are all just different style ads, and you want to have an arsenal in your ad account, guys, an arsenal of winning ads, an arsenal, okay? Especially if you've already spent money on this hard data right here, where you learn the headlines, you learn the text. You've already spent money. You want to use this money to your advantage, okay? So we're going to scroll down here. I'll show you guys how to set this one up. So you want to select the right collection, okay? No big deal. We want to use the right text. There we go. There we go. We want to put in our headline here, not a problem, okay? And then we want to, let's see here, dynamic media, guys. This is so important right here. You always click this button right here, prioritize videos, prioritize videos. So Facebook is going to mostly always use videos inside this ad. It doesn't show the video here, but it's going to select the best winning video automatically for you guys and run it as an advantage catalog campaign inside of your account, guys. This is fire right here. This is one of the best working ads in my stores right here. Prioritize video, advantage catalog, right? Single image or video, and you select that button right here, dynamic media, prioritize video. So now all we're missing is a headline right here, guys, and we have another winning ad in our ad account with the best text and the best headlines, you guys. That is fire. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that cool so far? All right, so I hope you're getting a lot of value, because this is so important. This is what allows you guys to scale. This is what allows you guys to really grow and really scale, because if you just start your initial ads and you think that you can just scale with your initial ads, no, you have to make an arsenal of winning ads on your team. You can't just grow with the regular ads. You have to continue to give Facebook more of what it likes. Remember that, guys. Every week, every 2 weeks, start giving Facebook more of what it likes. If it likes that one winning video, give it that winning video. If it likes that one winning text, give it that winning text. The next thing that you can do is take whatever headline that's working really well and put it on your page. Put it on your page. For example, right here, you guys see this creative playtime made easy? What I would do is I would take my winning headline. This is my student store. It's not even my store. And I'm going to show you what I would do. I literally take that winning headline and then put it right here on the product page. Okay, that's called marketing congruency. Marketing congruency. So the customer sees it here and then they see it here. It makes them like, okay, all right, I like that. Like, that's why I clicked on that ad in the first place. I saw that video. Okay, I clicked on that ad for a reason. So you just now click on the headline here. And then all you got to do, guys, is just select the headline and then swap it out with the winning one. Okay, very simple, guys. Doesn't take very much time. And that way you're not only giving Facebook more what it likes, but you're also swapping out on your actual product page and giving it what it likes. Okay, just like that. Spark imagination with the #1 toy back in stock. That is the headline that you would put on your page right here, guys. I'm not going to change it without talking to my student, because I just want to respect her. but that's literally how that should look right here, guys. That's, you know, that is going to help with her conversion. That will boost her conversions, I promise you. Okay, I've done this so many times, guys, with different students, all right? The next headline working really well is Montessori inspired fun for kids. Elevate your child's creativity. That's another headline working really well, okay? So I hope you guys kind of understood that there, how we're looking at the ads. We're using multiple texts. We're figuring out what video is working best. We're figuring out what text is working best. And there's a breakdown right here, guys. You can do a breakdown of country, what country is working really well, what text is working really well, and what headline is working really well. And like I showed earlier, you want to then swap it out on your website, whatever headline is doing the best in your ads, and put it on your actual website, all right? So the ad level is really where a lot of people make mistakes, and they under-test the ad level. They focus on targeting. They focus on this stuff, guys. It's your ads that are going to get you the low cost per purchase. It's the ads that are going to do the heavy lifting for you. Don't just launch one video with one text and one headline and then say Facebook ads don't work. Okay, I like to give meta options, multiple primary text, multiple headlines, and a strong creative video that looks organic and that is native to the Facebook feed, guys. And that's why a lot of these videos that have done really well on TikTok, they've done well natively. They can most likely do well natively on Facebook ads. Okay, that's what works. I hope you guys get a lot of value here today, just on the ads portion. Okay. So when you guys start seeing which combination wins, I don't want you to start uploading new videos or reinventing the wheel. You got to use the data that you already spent money on. You got to feed Facebook more of what it likes. The same winning angles, the same headlines, the same strong variations, okay? Don't chase doing new stuff. Chase what is working and what is already winning, all right? So let's dive on into this, guys. Those of you that have to duplicate ad sets because maybe your ad set starts getting too expensive with your cost per purchase. These are some of the things that are really going to help you guys save money and time. Something that happens that you don't know is when you duplicate an ad set, you guys, let's just say I'll duplicate this ad set. If you upload this with a new date and a new time to start tomorrow, like for example, let's say it's 2/24, start tomorrow or start the next day, right? And you set it up for tomorrow, you turn it on and everything. What you don't understand is that inside here on your ads, most likely they're gonna lose their social engagement. It's like if you're starting over again. And you guys see that right here? It doesn't have any likes or any shares or anything like that. That's really important, guys. You don't want to keep restarting new ads unless you're doing what I just taught you a second ago, which is you're making new ads, you're giving it more of what it likes. You never want to restart ads unless you are creating new ads and doing what I just showed you, okay? So this is really important. You always want to carry over your social engagement, So this is what I do, guys. I always take these ads, especially right here, that I don't want to not have social engagement. So I'm going to delete these or discard them. And then whatever new ad set that I'm going to set up, I'm only going to keep the winning ads that are actually working. So you go into your ads here. You look at the ones that are giving you the most sales. Maybe these two right here, $24 cost per purchase. This one here at $35 cost per purchase. You know what? I'll probably just take this one at $24. It's working even better. And then you hit duplicate right here. Duplicate, guys. And then you're going to duplicate this right into the ad set that I just made, the 2-25 ad set. Okay, 2-25. This is so important that you guys learn this right here, because this is how you keep your social engagement going from the next ad set to the next ad set. So if you guys see right here, it's got 555 likes and 23 shares, okay? This is why this is so important, guys. You want to keep this social engagement right here. This is what allows you to say, okay, people are engaging with this. People like this. You never want to keep restarting new ads unless you're doing what I showed you earlier, which is you're making a catalog ad or you're keeping the winning text. You never want to have to keep restarting the social engagement. You want to have to roll it over to every new ad set, all right? And that's something that happens where you guys might have an ad set where it starts getting super expensive in the last week. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to turn you off and restart you. But when I restart you, I'm going to keep my top 3 ads, and I'm going to keep my catalog ad or my, or some type of new ad you guys might want to keep in there. but you definitely gonna have to restart ad sets eventually. Ad sets don't stay around forever. And one thing that you always want to learn, guys, is you don't want to set up a brand new campaign. Remember, I talked about that at the beginning of this coaching call, which is if you keep setting up new campaigns, it's like you have to start over again. You want to leverage all the data that's already in here. You want to leverage already what it's learned, okay? Just remember that. So if you start a new ad set and you turn something off, then you want to always go in here and carry over into that other ad set, that social engagement. Okay, like I showed you a second ago, guys, if you duplicate this ad right now, I'll just show you again. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this ad set right here. Okay, 225. I'm going to duplicate it. Watch this. If I go now into the ad on this ad set now, it's going to not have the social engagement. It's going to be like I'm setting up a brand new ad. You guys see that? There's no likes, no shares. So there's only one way to go around it, guys. You got to literally go to the ad that you like, that you want to keep, and then you duplicate it into that ad set. Okay, so you go right over here, you find the ad. This is the one. Okay, this is the one that's got all the likes and the shares because it's got all the sales. And then you go actually duplicate it right into that new ad set that you just set up. All right. This is so important, guys. This is so, like, people make this mistake every day. I don't even see many top, e-com gurus on YouTube talking about this. I mean, this is so important to me that you carry that engagement over into your new ad set, all right? So just get used to that, guys. This is just something Facebook doesn't do. Unless, there's only one way around this, guys, unless you hit this drop down right here and do existing post, and that way, like, it always will then carry over the existing post. But until then, you're most likely not going to have an existing post. You're going to have create ad, and you want to carry over the likes and the shares every single time. Okay, that way you preserve your social proof instead of fragmenting it. Every time you duplicate an ad set, if you don't preserve it, it's like you're making another identical ad. You want to keep that social proof, guys. So I'm going to make another short video about this on my YouTube channel so you guys can see how important this is. It's going to help a lot of people stop accidentally resetting their momentum. You want to keep the momentum in that ad, all right? So everyone, I hope you guys are getting the idea here. When it comes to scaling, you don't want to do more than like 15-20%, increasing the budget. And you never want to scale, guys, unless you're getting multiple add to carts or multiple initiate checkouts. If you go into your ad account one day and you only have like 2 add to carts, 2 initiate checkouts, and 1 purchase, do not scale that day. Only scale when you got like 7, 8 add to carts, 2 initiate or 3 initiate checkouts. Do not increase your budget if you just have like 2 to 3 add to carts. That's not enough pixel fires. You need more pixel fires going off to really have an ability to increase your budget so it actually stabilizes, okay? If you only have 2 add to carts and you increase your budget, that's not enough data to actually continue building momentum. You need as many add to carts as you can possibly have before you increase your budget, guys. That's so important, all right? So I hope you guys got a lot of value today on this video, and let me know what you liked and what you learned most so far.
So you guys learned today, you don't scale Facebook ads by guessing. You scale by building a really clean structure, understanding how to read the data, reading the signals, getting really low add to carts, good CPC, and improving what's already working. Especially that one trick at the end, which is duplicating your ad set and then not preserving your social proof, guys. That way your data gets stronger, your likes get more, your shares get more. You're not restarting the algorithm all the time. That means you got a clear campaign types, you got clean testing, you got stronger ads, you got better columns, you learned how to set up automatic kill rules, you learned how to set up some scaling rules too, what to scale, when to scale. I like to tell you guys, if you're not getting a lot of add to carts and initiate checkouts, there's no reason to scale. Some people will see like 2 purchases, but if you only have 2 add to carts and 2 purchases, no, you want to see like 10 add to carts and 2 purchases. That's showing you have a lot of people biting online. It's like fishing, you have a lot of fish biting your bait. So if you guys want me to help you with scaling and growing your Shopify store, you can go to my website, go to digitalecommentor.com. You'll find over 77 lessons already there for free that you guys can set up a free account and start learning the case studies, other students that are winning, what they did to do it, and even some really cool Facebook training videos. So if you guys like this Facebook training video, there's more to watch inside of my website, digitalecommentor.com. And if you want to book a call with me, you guys can get my help directly. Just go ahead and book a call with me right on my website. You'll find my Calendly link. And if this video helped you at all, comment below, let me know, and I'll make sure to make another video here soon about running Facebook ads and how to scale and my exact everything. Like whatever's working for me, I'm going to show you guys. So just remember, when you get something working at a $30, $40 CBO, 3 ad sets, you put some really good ads in there, continue to feed Facebook more of what it likes. The same winning videos, the same winning text. And that way, once you have an arsenal of winning ads, you guys can then start doing cost cap campaigns, bid cap campaigns, bigger budget campaigns. And that way that you have the very best. It's like you have a LeBron James on your team. You got a Steph Curry on your team. You're ready to go put the big budgets on these big players.